In this video, we'll learn to use the print preview tool, which is found here at the top of our workspace. And so before we can really use the print preview, I'll need to open an embroidery design. So let's just open up our design finder and open up a design. And then notice that now that the design is open, if I click on print preview, a special interface opens up that allows you to see how the page will print before you actually print it. And so I can see that there is more than one page in my view, and there is a next page and previous page if you have a larger document. So perhaps your design is really large and it actually takes more than one page to print it out. And so in that case, it would have multiple pages in the view. When I want to, I can zoom in on my pages and look at them in more detail. And then you'll need to click next to see the next page. But you can also zoom back out. When you click on settings, you will be in charge of what is going to get included in your printed template. And so, for example, right now my design is set to be at actual size. We're getting a color analysis page, which is this page here with the breakdown of the colors and pictures showing, where that color is in it. If there were any notes in the design, they would be included in the color analysis. We could change to just have this being printed all in one page, and so that will make this page go away and make the sewing sequence in a more condensed view on the bottom of the first page. So this is an example of changing the options. I have currently a crosshair turned on. That is often used for placement and alignment in hooping. If you don't want it, you can uncheck it. If you'd rather see where the embroidery hoop goes, you could turn on your embroidery hoop, and when you say OK, it would update to show you, kind of the settings in your design. And so I don't have to show a hoop. I've got it currently showing stitches. If there was artwork, I could include artwork. I could tell it to print as thick stitches, which would make this a little more realistic looking. If I tell it to print design colors, that is a little different than the sewing sequence. The design colors will come at the top. This will be a summary of one time listed for each color that you need to collect from your color box. But down below, we'll list the exact sewing sequence, including any repeats of the colors that are in the design. Also in the settings, you have the ability to include the Floriani cat. So the Floriani cat will actually put a little black cat over top of the sort of center orientation of the design. And this will work in conjunction with certain machines' alignment stickers. And finally, you have the ability to add a title. So if you want to title your page, call it, the bunny or something like that, you can have that listed at the top of the page. The last thing that we could talk about in there is actually the print setup. And so when you click on print setup, really what you're talking about is the actual printer that you use. And so you can make sure that you have the correct printer selected and all that information. But the last thing that would be, I guess, in here also is the margins. And so margins means how much white space does there need to be around the printed area, and you can control those margins if that's helpful. And so all of this to say that once you're done, you're simply going to click on print to print your page. And if you don't want to print it and you just wanted to see what it was going to look like, you can also close print preview and go back to regular use of the program. So at any point in time, you can simply click on print preview and it will take you to show you what it would look like if you printed that page. And if you want to print it, just click the button here to print and it will send it to your printer. And so this has been the video to summarize how to use the print preview options.